see the same. They see the same thing in Texas as here.
Hey everybody, this is Curtis with Campfire Tales Cryptids of America, and I have an interview tonight, a live interview, and I'm in LB, Washington. Now, you can say what you want, folks. This is what we call Bigfoot country. I dropped some business cards off at I guess a convenience store in Ashford, and the gentleman I'm talking with tonight saw one of the cards there. Tell me your name.
I'm Troy.
Troy. Okay. Troy, go ahead and tell me what you saw. Well, tell me your story. Okay.
All righty. Well, about 5 years ago now, I was when I first moved up here. So yeah, 5 years ago. I live in Ashford. Right at the edge of the woods. My house is all the way back at the woods there, and I was sitting down on my laptop, and I looked up, and something's looking at me, peering out behind a limb of a tree, kind of in that little pocket there, and that's when I looked up. The thing moved away. This was the weirdest part, was the way that it moved. That was the part that really unhinged my mind. It moved away.
When you said you saw this thing, what did you think it was?
What I saw, I thought it was like a person. Because it had a head and shoulders. And it's not a bear. I hunt. I know about these animals a lot. I hear that a lot. It's a bear. It's an elk. It wasn't.
What made you think, after you saw it and you realized it wasn't a bear or an elk? How tall was it? What made you think it was not a human?
Well, even from the distance that I was at, before I went out to gauge how tall the thing really was, I could tell that it was taller than it should have been.
Okay.
For something with a head and shoulders. I didn't really see much of a neck and the shoulders. And then it all happened so quickly, but, it had to be at least 8 feet. Then its head was up 8 feet in the air. Where when I went out to go and look and see later, I was scared to go out there, but I went out there with someone else, and at least 8 feet up in the air, where the head was, with two shoulders looking right at me, and I couldn't see any eyes or anything. It was in the shade, and then when it turned and moved, that was the weird part. Like I said, it looked like it was on roller skates or on a wire or something. I've never seen in my life any animal or person move that quickly and smoothly. The smoothness of it was what was as weird as the speed. I mean,
when it moved, was it on 2 feet or 4 feet?
Oh, I don't know, because I only saw was from about here up, and I'm about my chest.
Okay, but it wasn't on all fours like a bear.
I don't know.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what it did after. Who knows?
Okay, but what you saw led you to believe that it left on 2 feet.
On 2 feet.
Okay.
But the way that it went, it was like it's moving away from me and downward at the same time. So who knows where, maybe it went down on all fours and it just, maybe it stayed right there and hit. I don't even know. Maybe it just stayed there. I grabbed my phone and I went out there to go, of course there was nothing there. I mean, there's nothing. I went up just to the edge of my fence, but there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was really scared. I didn't want to go out looking for it.
At that time, did you hear anything?
I didn't hear a thing.
Did you smell anything?
No, I didn't smell anything at that time either.
Okay. Now, you said you had dogs.
Yes.
Did you have them at this time?
Yes, they were there. They didn't bark or anything. They didn't make a sound.
Not a whimper.
Not a sound.
Okay.
Now, they may have not known it. It happened so fast and went away so quickly. I barely saw it, so they probably had no idea it was even there.
But you did say there was another animal that was there.
Yes, there was a deer, maybe 20 or so feet from where I saw this. Deer pops out, and like I said, it was kind of like it was startled or spooked, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was just the ground was uneven and it had to adjust its footing or something. But it made this little stagger kind of leap kind of thing, boom, and pops right out. Like I said, maybe 20 feet from where that thing was.
Yeah.
I saw from that tree that thing was in.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I had heard people talk about how a Sasquatch or Bigfoot may be able to use some kind of, and I'm not a subscriber to this, I'm just tossing it out, some kind of sonar or animal voodoo or whatever to kind of hypnotize the prey.
Right?
And maybe when this thing saw you, and they decided, hey, it's time to go. Maybe that broke that contact with the deer, and
That's it.
I don't
That's
know.
it. Hey, I don't know either. It happens in other species in the water, right?
Yeah.
Whales can do it.
Sure.
Um, there are other animals, and there's some kind of squid or something that can do something
Bats
like
do it. I don't know about squids, but
I'm thinking of it, something else. But it happens.
it does happen. Now, who knows if it happened this time or not? We don't know. But go ahead with your story, though.
Well, that's really about all there is to it. That it just was gone, and it was the end of it. Of course, I'm terrified now still to go out in the woods to go walking.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was way too big. It was way bigger than it should have been. Like even from the distance, even before I calculated out like where it was actually was, you know what I mean? But the first second it looks like a person, and then like something comes up at the back of your spine and says, no, that was way out of place. It wasn't what shouldn't have been there. It was too big it was too big.
Now, did you have another encounter
Now,
at your
about
house?
3 days later, after this, 2 or 3 days, maybe 3 days afterwards, four dogs outside, all of them sniffing the air, not barking or making a sound, and I'm out there with them, hypnotized by this aroma of it. And here I go again. Let's see, like a wet dog. It reminded me of a horse. It reminded me of truffles. Mushrooms, but that truffly, really kind of a floral, kind of mushroomy kind of smell. And patchouli was definitely they were all in there. And then there was also this really strong smell of like manure or something that's composting, but not a stinky, not a really bad. It had a bad edge to it, but it wasn't horrible. It was like almost a pleasant kind of a bad smell. It was like I said, like composting material, you know what I mean?
So, what did this aroma come from?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't see anything, and I've never smelled anything like that in my life.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing. I don't know what produces a smell out in the woods, and then
Yeah.
I don't know what produces a smell and then just goes away.
Oh,
Like I said, that smell wasn't like what I've had or heard of descriptions of a Sasquatch scent as being a really horrible. This is something
Sure.
I wish I could smell again. I wish I could smell it forever. I had to almost come back to my senses. Like something was happening to me there. Like I said, I felt like I was being hypnotized or something by that smell. That aroma was.
So, did anything ever approach your house or anything that you know of?
No.
Okay.
But, okay, so I told my neighbor about this, right?
Yeah.
And everybody thinks I'm crazy, of course. Well, about maybe a year ago, not very long ago, my neighbor comes up and says, hey, your neighbor doesn't think you're crazy anymore. Oh, really? What do you mean? He says, I just saw a baby Sasquatch.
Really?
I said, really? He says, yes. And I talked to Gage and his girlfriend, and so 3 people saw the same thing at the same time. They all 3 saw it. I asked Gage, how big was it? He says, he's about my height. It's probably only less than 6 feet tall. And they said skinny, with red eyes. It's on the side of his house. And they said another thing. It said that they looked at the shot and it said the thing ran away. And they said that wasn't a human. When it ran away, they said that was something else. They didn't know what to think after that. And now we do have people, up where I live, and people snoop around in yards and stuff, and it was really funny to hear that from him. He's not someone I would have expected that from, but whatever he saw kind of freaked him out. Now they have all these lights outside because the 2 of them, they smoke cigarettes, so they have to go outside and smoke.
Yeah.
And it is lit up I don't know, it's annoying for me because it's all shining in my house now, but they're terrified to go out there.
He told you he saw a baby Sasquatch in his yard.
Yeah, in his yard, right on the side of his house. That's in Ashford, in Echo Valley.
Ashford, yeah.
We're 100 feet from the Nisqually River.
Okay, so did you believe in Sasquatch before you moved up?
Oh yes. I mean, I like I said, I still have questions. How could something that big? What's it? How could it live? What is it feeding on? How does an animal that large get enough nutrition to survive out there without processing it? Without spending hours and hours of your time chewing it. You know what I mean? That's it takes a lot of time to get that much I don't know. Maybe they're smashing. Maybe they're processing it. I mean, are they catching elk and eating them? Are they just foraging?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't disbelieve. And it's always been around. I grew up around here. My grandma, with my great grandma, heard something at our farm, outside of Eatonville, when she was young, and my great grandma comes from Fraser River Valley up in British Columbia. Or she did, and so she told my grandma that was Sasquatch. The sound that she heard was the same sound that she knew from growing up north in BC, where I guess they were very common. So yeah, I've always kind of,
So what do you think they are? What do you think Sasquatch is?
a human, or I don't know, a type of human. I don't think of them as like a type of ape. I think of more as a type of a human, like one of our cousins. Like the little people in the Flores, in Indonesia.
Yes.
I mean, as far as that, as close to 10,000 years ago, we were living alongside of other humanoids. I'd call it a humanoid more than I'd call it I mean, we are all apes, but I think they're closer to us than they are to gorillas and chimpanzees. I think they're more like us.
I know the one that I saw was I can't really describe it, because it had features of a man, but different. Do you think
He's had a nose like ours?
it's wider?
Wider.
Do you think that Matt Squatch? It's a guy. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel or whatever, but he describes the different types of Sasquatches, and it goes from the Yeti to this and that, the skunk ape and just different types. Do you think? Is there more than one species of the Sasquatch?
I don't know about that. That's not something I'm not. My understanding of like the Yeti is that it's different than the other type of humanoid Sasquatch creature that lives in that area. That's not in the Himalayas, but there's another one that's not as red.
The Yowie.
Yowie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I never really thought about that here.
All these things, they have to come from somewhere. Okay. My theory is that just like with people or any animal, let's take a dog for example. They're all dogs. Okay, they're all part of the canine family, but they look different. There's different breeds. You have the Husky, the Chihuahua, the Chows, the Great Danes.
But the DNA says dog, though.
Yeah. So, do you think that maybe the Sasquatch? What do they call them up in Northeast?
No, that's not a skunk ape there.
No, skunk apes is in Louisiana. Anyhow,
I have two friends who have good stories from Vermont, and it's a good story. It's a good one.
Well, hey, you got my card, okay? You contact them, tell them to holler.
Yeah, I don't know if I can find them. Another friend had a good story up in Alaska. What I need to get you though is you need to see that track.
Yes.
That's what you need to see. That thing
You have my contact.
That was too big. I'm trying to get him to make a copy of that and send it to me, but that big toe is 4 inches.
Okay, now tell me about this track. Your friend found it on the Carbon River.
1992.
This is the Carbon River right here.
This is Nisqually. Carbon's on the other side.
Okay.
Around the mountain.
Okay. Around
Carbonado.
Yeah. Okay.
No, out there.
I know there's boogers out there. Wood boogers.
Wood boogers. Booger, that's a southern word there.
Yeah, well,
boogers,
wood booger is what I saw, which is one of the names given to this class of creature.
Okay.
It was a Bigfoot. but it's classified as woodwork.
Man, I wish I didn't see the thing, to tell you the truth, but I wish I saw more of it. I wish I could have seen that face in the features, and just because it was. I feel like it could have gotten away before I saw it, and it kind of. I think it held in for that extra second, just to let me know that it was there.
Maybe,
It seemed like it had too much. It was in control of the situation.
maybe he's or he or she is
I
one of
like
these
it, she.
Sasquatches, that say, "Hey, I saw a human and nobody believes me."
Right. I always think about that. Like, I can see them come up to the edge of the hills up here and looking down. And say, look, there they are.
Yeah, I
Those are
told you.
the hairless ones.
I told you they were real. Now let's go to tell Santa Claus.
I know there's something. I had another thing. I mean, maybe I'm predisposed for Sasquatch-iness, but I grew up with the book John Green, The Year of the Sasquatch. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's a 1 year's accounts of Sasquatch sightings from 1969 or something. John Green. And one of my dogs years ago got a hold of it. Dang it! Chewed up the cover a little bit. Some of the couple of the pages.
Yeah.
This is a rare paperback thing from
I'm going to
way
check
back
it
there.
out.
Yeah, I have to try to. I wish it didn't get people. John Green.
So if you can get a photo of your friend's casting, make sure it has some kind of
Something reference to scale.
yeah, and we can put it on the Facebook and Facebook channel and stuff like that.
This is bigger than what's and they sell them. She sells them. Joan Painter sells them up there in Ashford.
So what?
Sasquatch casts tracks.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she's got some for sale. I don't know if she still. I think she probably still has them. But this is like kind of a narrow, skinny thing. But it's not like this one that my buddy has. It's different. It's different.
So
there was a guy. There was a hoaxer out here around Alder Lake, right out here at Elby.
No, didn't know that either.
Okay, I don't know if that's why, because someone sent me pictures or something. I said, look, and so I went out and checked it out, took some pictures, and that's when I sent it to that BFRO guy. He actually came out and looked, and I said, hey, it's weird. There's only left, or they're only right ones or something. I said, the other one looks weird. I said, every single one looks the same. I said, and he's like, well, I'm sure it's a hoax. So there's been a hoaxer out there before, but he came out anyway just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just because he's a good researcher, So that's been going on, for a few years.
Yeah.
And it looks like someone has a single cast, and then they're pressing it for the right foot, I think, and then they flip it over, and that's why the left foot looks messed up, because every single one looks messed up the same way. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to, and then every single foot is the same.
Yeah.
A living creature walking barefoot is going to have a different track. Every single step is going to be different based on the terrain, right? It's going to conform to it. So that's what I would want to see. Like I said, I'm skeptical about these things. These people with them going up into outer space, floating around in little glowing balls of light. You know what I mean? Like I don't buy it. I don't go for that. That's a matter changing states. That doesn't happen, right? Now, I'm not going to go there with any kind of magical bullshit.
No,
you know what I mean? It's no magic. This isn't a myth and whatever.
Now, this is what the natives used to think. They were spirit beings, and they could transform, skinwalker type things, transform into whatever they wanted you to believe it was.
I would go for the hypnotism. I would say that's coming from that, and because they're so mysterious. Because, like I said, when I was smelling that stuff, I don't know, I didn't know where I was for a second. Like I didn't know where I was.
Really?
Like I had to kind of come to my senses. Like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like something was happening there.
So if this
You know
was
what I mean?
a female Sasquatch and she was emitting some kind of pheromones for you,
I don't know if that's the girlfriend I want. You know what I mean? As exciting as it probably would be.
Well, that'd be. No.
I mean, could you just imagine?
That'd be the one you couldn't tell Mama about for sure.
Now, there's some. There were some stories up here of what they call it, leaping guy Unther. Some of these from back when they were kids up here. Some of these people are like in their 40s now. They had some story about from when they were their childhood, and I have to find out. There's leaping guy Unther. I don't know what the hell that means, but
I don't know.
there's some kind of
I'm gonna have to
squatchoid
check
thing that was
that out
out there.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was back in the 70s or something.
Well,
This
who
stuff has
knows?
been going on out here for long. People have been out here hiding out in these woods, not just living, but like hiding from the law, making moonshine and stuff up here for long. I mean, there's people been deep out in the woods, and they've been seeing stuff for 100 years up here.
Yeah.
I, I'm still willing to believe that what I saw, that I didn't see it, that I imagined it. I can go there. I believe that, my friend and I, we thought we saw Champ in Lake Champlain. We swore we could see the thing moving. It was a buoy. But, you get two people, you get your brain going.
Yeah.
I'd almost like to, sometimes I'd like to believe that more than that it actually was real, because,
And that's what I told you earlier. When I had my sighting in Texas, it took me 40 years before I told anybody about it. Even though my sister was with me when I saw it, and then these two friends from high school just a week or so later, hey, go get your dad's gun. There's a monster out there. We're going to go kill it. And I asked them to describe it to me, and they did. And I said, I ain't going. And you're not taking my dad's gun either.
man, here's another thing I need to get for you. I was over at a friend's house. Kid's looking on his laptop at this picture. Hey, look at the ghost. He took a picture of a ghost. They were out on the Cowlitz River, and they were smoking pot or something. They were out away from the rest of the group, and they were out by the edge of the river.
Yeah.
And they can see something in the dark. They don't know really what it is. One guy tries to reach out and touch it. He thinks it's a tuft of grass or something. Imagine that. He almost touches the Sasquatch. Well, then another guy, he takes a picture. They can't see anything. Well, when the flash went off, they see this big, huge thing. Well, they took off and ran. And this guy says, well, yeah, he has this ghost that follows him. That's what they believe, that this ghost follows him wherever he goes. So it's like, yeah, look at the ghost. And I'm looking at the thing. It's like, that's a gorilla. You can see the hair on it. You can see the hair. You can see the muscles on its back.
Really?
Well, I sent it to some different people. Oh, no self-respecting Sasquatch would be sitting out on a log like that, because it's like, what I mean? I didn't want to jump in the water. Just, probably just decided, who knows?
Hey, if they're smoking
This thing is
dope, maybe he's getting a little buzz. You can't never
Who
tell.
knows? Maybe, but this thing was not a freaking ghost. And it was, because it's reflecting light off of it. You can see that it has hair on it the way that it's reflecting. You can see this muscle. I'll get a, it's in a laptop somewhere. I've got a copy of it.
Okay.
I wish I could get hold of it. I was trying to convince him, people, I guess, once they start believing something, I don't think ghosts are real. I don't know, man.
I do.
We're not even going to go there. Oh, yeah?
I do.
Hey, okay, but this thing, I don't know if they reflect light, if they're solid. And this thing reflected the light back.
Yeah.
This was a solid muscle, very, very muscle. And I was trying to get them to go out on that log, go back down there and sit in that same spot and just take a picture so they can get some perspective of what's going on.
Yeah.
But they I don't even know where that guy even lives now, but I still have a copy of that photo somewhere.
People see things and they hesitate to tell others because, well, nobody wants other people to think they're crazy. That's one of the reasons it took me so long before I told anybody. And then you hear these people, I would love to see a ghost, or I'd love to see a Sasquatch.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you really don't want to, because nobody's going to believe you. Nobody. I mean, you can put your hand on a stack of Bibles, you swear on your own life, on your mother's big toe, whatever. They're not going to believe you until they experience it themselves. Anyhow.
Yeah, when you see something, I don't know, it's hard to put it somewhere to make it not be real anymore. And once you see it, I don't know what to, like I said, I don't know what to do with it. I try to rationalize, okay, I'd rather be crazy. I'd rather just imagine it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd rather it was a hallucination.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't smoking or drinking anything when I saw it,
Neither was I. Not a thing. It was here's something right in the afternoon.
One of my sayings on the YouTube channel is, I know what I saw, and somebody not believing me doesn't change that, because it's what I saw. And what you saw is real. Others who don't believe it doesn't change the fact that it was real.
It was real. Hey, who knows? Maybe maybe in my lifetime.
You want to see another one?
Sure.
I do too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a picture.
I thought you were about to show me a picture of one.
No.
Yeah,
actually,
I actually do. I'm not, the guy from BFRO says, yeah, just go out there. He says, don't carry a gun. Just be who you are. Just go out there. He says, just walk around out there. He says, no, I'm not, and I want to carry a gun, but I don't know what the thing is with guns and what, they seem to be hypersensitive to things and aware. I don't know with how they can know that whether you have a gun or not, but
I don't know.
they seem to avoid trail cams pretty well.
That's what I've heard. And I've heard that they recognize firearms and know what they do. I don't know that they actually do any damage to a Sasquatch, but they know that it's loud and it stings anyhow.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, didn't they kill one at the 8th Canyon? Is that what that was? 8 Caves up there, by Mount St. Helens?
Back
Mine's way back in the day, the 50s or 60s or something. And then they were pummeled with rocks all night long. They shot one. They said they saw it down.
They shot it.
And they went down to go get it, and it wasn't there. And then all night long they were pummeled with rocks or something. That's what that 8
There was
Canyon
a family of 8 caves.
Yeah.
Up around Mount St. Helens.
There.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Anyhow, Troy, I'm going to go back home.
All right.
And I do appreciate your time. Hello, everybody. This is Curtis again. And I want to thank you very much for lasting to the end. And also give you the code, the product discount code. You get 15% off by going to the description down below and going through the store. You want to buy some merchandise, that'd be great. Help put some shoes on my grandbaby's feet. Then we'll go to checkout, and it is Campfire 15, all lowercase, all together. Campfire 15. Now it's a limited time only, so we'll spend some money. All right, bye.